When I was in Amsterdam, where I was staying for most of the time, I saw a poster on the door of one of the rooms there in the building and the entry room to someone's residency. The poster said, "The earth is flat again." And I don't think I've seen anything that's topped it since in terms of mimetic potency, at least affected upon myself or within myself. The earth is flat again. And I think this means is, people are literally believing that the earth is flat again. Like, it's literally actually flat again because it is whatever we're all thinking it is, because no one can be absolutely sure what it is unless they're grabbing it. Even if someone has been an astronaut, in reality, they as a human cannot be sure that they weren't hallucinating the whole thing, and that's not the 100% that memory. The earth is flat again, as in it is literally happening, that the amount of people believing in the earth being flat was perhaps growing. Literally, perhaps. You might make fun of me for talking like that. But I mean, even to say perhaps more people are starting to believe that the earth is flat rather than round. Even that is quite to accept as a general person that, okay, maybe that's happening, that the numbers of, or even the percentage of people on earth, to be a more ominous data, the percentage of people on earth that believe that the earth is flat, it looks like it might be growing, whereas in the past, let's just say 200 years, 400, in the past 400 years, nowhere on earth, earth as a whole, has never increased in the amount of people who are believing the earth is flat compared to the amount of people who believe it's rounded. Until about 2015, 2000 and about 12, 2000 and about 16, that kind of area. When the aliens, oh no, that was slightly before the big aliens, the big alien announcement, the biggest, which wasn't, there's aliens here, and let's not go there. That's a different video. The amount of people that believe the earth is flat may have been growing, which is unprecedented since about 400 years ago. Aside from learning about our orbital mechanics and astrology or astronomy, you can look at a picture from outer space and see that it looks like a rounded earth, and you can actually see for yourself, like I have, that from what you are given, what you are presented with, that the thing that you're on, the planet they call it, is rounded, like ball rounded, not like disc rounded. What actually happened was I was in Borneo and my friend was in West Africa, just above the equator. Just on that southern facing coast of West Africa. Anyway, it was about October late October maybe. And my friend in Ghana had noted, I received the information from him, from interacting with him, that the sun was up most of the time while the sun was down where I was. And I've been in Ghana, and every time the sun, it goes in a straight line from one end to the other, around this time of the year at least. And so I also noted that the sun goes from one end of the sky, comes up, and it goes to the other end as well, like in a straight line where I was this time of the year at least. And it's going this one direction, and by the time the sun started rising where he was, the sun was still able to be seen from where I was. And when the sun was able to be seen again after it had disappeared, it was basically all disappeared just about before this happened, before I could see the sun once again. It was basically already disappeared where he was. Essentially, while the sun wasn't to be seen where I was, most of the time he could see the sun going in the same direction, straight line, across the sky. And I was seeing the same thing, yet we were alternating daytime and nighttime. I realise now, with this much information from what is given to us, where we are, this place has to be a rounded thing. The sun, as it seems, it has to be going around us, or we are spinning around, and it is staying still. And we have a rounded object, because how could a flat object produce this kind of data if we are on a flat surface of a planet and there's a sun going from one direction to the other across the whole sky in a straight line, and then when we can't see it for the whole time, the other people who can see it have to be far enough away from us, so far that we cannot see the sun anymore. And the sun appears, for the people who can communicate with each other, it appears to be witnessed 100% of the time going in the same direction, a straight line, at least at certain times of the year. So at least at certain times of the year, we have to be able to make this model. It has to work. This thing called the sun, if we're on a flat Earth model, it has to be far enough away from the people who can't see the sun. And then this is for half of the time. I mean, when these people can finally see the sun has to come back far away enough so that these people can't see it anymore. They have to not be able to see it for basically the whole time these people are seeing it. And the whole time it has to be moving in a straight line. Both these groups of people are seeing the sun the whole time. It's moving in a straight line the whole time. And if it's a flat earth they are on, these people have to be so far from these people that these people can't see the sun when it's daytime here. The whole time they can see the sun. And then the sun has to go and meet at a point where both these groups can see the sun, and then for the whole time this group can see the sun, this group can't, while it's going in a straight line. It's not hooking around here, it's not hooking around anywhere. Perhaps somehow this straight line is occurring and it's actually coming around here, and there's seemingly another group of people over here, or else does it get really fast around here? But no one seems to see that when these people are watching it the whole time between each other. No one sees it get any faster at any time. The people who live in between these two people on the flat earth, they don't see it for any extra amount of time than these people on the outside live. They don't see the sun for any extra amount of time. I mean, the people who are directly under the sun's path of travel while it's moving. And wherever it's moving, it can't be too close, things will cook. But it has to be so far that these people can't see it. No one sees it go. So either it's not actually traveling in a straight line on this flat Earth, and there's a sun that can kind of be over here and be seen for 12 hours of the day, and then be seen for 12 hours a day over here as well in a straight line. And I think that from what we have to work with in the most robust, tangible terms of data, the Earth is rounded and the sun is going around the Earth, or the Earth is spinning. Well, there's a sun here. Whether it's also going around the sun, that's a different story as well. Whether or not the sun is moving and the Earth is following it while it's spinning, whether the sun is going around the Earth and the Earth's spinning also, or maybe even the sun is spinning, the sun itself is spinning, and it's got nothing to do, it doesn't look any different to us. Maybe some of you will say that I believe this, and you'll say that I'm lying when I say that I don't believe the sun is spinning.
Yeah, Miami. Yeah, what's up?